Really, thanks mostly to Donald Trump. Canada's trade minister has traveled, he's flown all the way to China, to Guangzhou, right, where XPeng is, not too far away from BYD and Shenzhen, GAC, who make the Aeon EV brand. He's flown there and he is currently in discussions with these Chinese automakers for them not only to bring their cars to Canada, but for them to set up factories in Canada. This is going to be, I mean, the Trump administration says they will block any Chinese EVs from coming across the border in Canada to the United States. Yeah, I mean, when these factories have been building cars for 5 years and there's a new administration, I don't think that's going to be something they're going to enforce or even will enforce. So this is clearly the moment. I'd say this would be a pivot point. If Canada's minister has gone all the way to China to discuss these deals, you can almost be certain that at least one of these Chinese companies, probably numerous ones, are in serious talks to build Chinese car factories in Canada. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. Yeah, guys, we all know that the Trump administration has blocked Chinese EVs, and Ford's CEO Jim Farley just said they cannot be allowed to enter. We must ban them. Of course, because the Chinese just make better cars at lower prices and Ford can't compete with that. Canada's International Trade Minister, Maninder Sidhu, engaged with BYD, XPeng and GAC in Guangzhou during an official visit. He had in-depth discussions with these leading Chinese EV makers, I'm going to guess probably with others as well, but these are the ones we know about, regarding market entry pathways and them actually setting up production in Canada. All of this comes after Canada's newly implemented EV import system, according to a statement released Thursday on the Canadian government's website. Sidhu also highlighted to the automakers Canada's regulatory supply chain requirements, as well as the prospects for long-term investment and collaboration in the country. That's really what this was about. The Minister of Canada, he's not going to, Finance Minister, he's not going to go to China just to discuss them bringing in 50,000 EVs a year. That's just a formality. That's already done, right? The reason he's gone there is obviously to negotiate and get these Chinese automakers to actually set up factories in Canada to help save Canada's automotive industry, which does need saving. He knows it. Anyone in Canada who understands the automotive industry in Canada, they know it's almost on its last legs. It's shrinking rapidly. This absolutely gives them a chance to rebuild. The reason really, most of Canada's automotive industry is set up just around producing internal combustion cars. It's like a bunch of factories set up to build an old BlackBerry when everyone's moving to smartphones. The trip is the first official visit to China by a Canadian minister in 8 years, since 2018. So you can see this is a pretty big deal. It also builds on Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney's visit to Beijing earlier this year and the subsequent bilateral trade agreement between China and Canada. The two nations reached a landmark tariff reduction deal in January, which is called the EVs for Canola Agreement. Under the pact, the Canadian government agreed to exempt 50,000 Chinese-made EVs, including Teslas that are made in China, from a 100% tariff they previously faced. These quota-eligible Chinese EVs will only be subject to a 6% tariff, which is minuscule. It's nothing. In exchange, the Chinese government committed to slashing its import tariffs on Canadian canola to 15% from the previous 85%. Chinese automakers such as BYD are exploring how they can set up businesses in Canada. And I'm not just talking about setting up retail stores. Of course, they're going to do that. That's a foregone conclusion. The question is, how much further can they go? Do they actually set up factories that build things, or are they just like, BYD and XPeng and GAC? Are they just going to ship the parts over there and they have assembly factories? That's, I'm going to guess, the most likely outcome. BYD's Vice President Stella Lee said in an interview with Bloomberg last month that the company is studying the Canadian market for a potential manufacturing facility. So they've even confirmed it. And of course, XPeng are definitely interested in doing the same thing. She said BYD prefers to fully own and independently operate such a plant, as she does not believe the traditional joint venture model is a good idea. Canada's Industry Minister, Melanie Joly, says that these investments must utilize local Canadian labor and parts. The question is, of course, I mean, Canadians will work in these factories. They're not going to just import a bunch of Chinese people. They'll get a few people from China, but Canadians will largely be the ones employed. But the question is, how many, what percentage of the parts going into these vehicles will actually have to be manufactured in Canada? I'm going to guess that it won't be particularly high because it'll just take too long to set up that kind of a supply chain. So Chinese companies are not just entering Europe. They're not just entering many different locations. They're now entering North America. European auto giant Stellantis is looking at a business plan with Chinese company Leapmotor. They're considering manufacturing Leapmotor branded EVs at a Stellantis assembly plant in Ontario. That would mean, right, we could potentially have 4 car brands. We could have GAC with the Aeon EV brand. We could have XPeng, could have BYD and Leapmotor, all manufacturing vehicles, potentially in old legacy automaker assembly plants in Canada. This could happen within a year or two. And none of this would have happened without Trump basically alienating Canada, starting this bizarre trade war with Canada. It's like fighting your brother. It's so truly insane. I don't think he's really thought this through because they've alienated Canada. Canada's gone, well, what choice do we have? We'll make friends with these other guys because Trump doesn't like us. I know that's making it really sound really simple, but that's pretty much what happened. So as a result of this, I think is fair to say, antagonism, it's given China this foothold into the North American car market. And once they're in, well, you can imagine. I reckon give it maybe 5 to 10 years, and there will be millions of EVs being sold from Chinese car companies in Canada and probably also in the United States. Thanks for watching. Need expert advice on what car to buy, what solar system to get, what home battery to get, or potentially for your business? You can get, guys, a one-on-one consultation directly with me, 60 minutes of tailored guidance. This might help you avoid making a huge mistake spending money when you shouldn't, or potentially save you a massive amount of money. Click the link in the description below because I can assist you, and why not? The link is in the description. Thinking about getting solar, a home battery, or an EV charger? Check out Australia's best free comparison tool because it could save you a lot of money. Guys, click on the link below in the description and you can see how much you can save. Alternatively, give Resync a call. They are the guys who installed my battery and my home solar. I'll put a link to them as well in the description.